extremely affordable. Stop by the Lincoln Children's Museum today in downtown Lincoln or visit them online for more information at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Hello?
Honey, I'm stuck in the snow.
Did you take Highway 30 again?
No, I'm at the end of the driveway.
Oh, I'll get the shovel.
Let's try to win a new SUV in the Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion. We just enter non-winning Merry Money holiday scratch tickets online until January 20th. You know what? After you dig me out, I'm driving straight to a Nebraska Lottery retailer.
Why don't you use my truck?
Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainer.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome into this magnificent Monday in spite of what happened in Happy Valley. It was still a magnificent Monday, and we're here. Got my man JB, JBZ, a.k.a. Bach, a.k.a. the man with the silent but deadly jumper, a.k.a. the silent assassin himself, Jacob Baco. Jake, what's up, man?
Oh man, I appreciate the introduction. Not enough attention gets to my great shot from beyond the arc there, but it's good to be here. Good to be with you. Like you said, the sun comes out. We got some football today, high school football.
Yes.
And the world moves on. It was kind of funny. I thought, and we'll get into it. I know, but Matt Rule was just kind of like, well, Iowa's coming up. We don't have any time to talk about this game. It's like, yeah, I know, but
whoa, look at the time. Look at the time. We got a plane to catch. Woo!
Better move on.
Hey, good seeing you, boys. We'll see you back in Lincoln. Man, that was like me leaving the golf course after shooting 105. Hey, guys, I got to go, man. I got to pick up my dog, my cat. Hey, didn't know you had a cat. Well, I got one now. I got to go.
Yeah. We're moving on. Don't ask any more about this.
I think they may have called the airport. Hey, start that joker right now. No one's showering. We're just rolling dirty. Yes, well, folks, we know the massacre. It was not so happy for Nebraska fans, the Huskers in Happy Valley. Unless you've been under a rock, you know Nebraska. I mean, there's no other way to put it, man. That was just a physical punishment to Nebraska. And they took it on the chin, not just one time, but several times. And the thing about Penn State, they imposed their will their first possession. And we knew this coming in. We've talked about this. I know you in the black shirt, you and TF, Terrell talked about it. Jake, Coach, Sip talked about every show, you know, Austin, we all talked about it. Austin and Jay, we knew if you can't stop Allen and Singleton, it's going to be a long night. And we didn't stop either one of them. They pretty much did what they wanted to do for the entire game. And you know what, Jake, the thing that stood out, I'll say this before we get into the rundown. The deficiency in the interior line, both sides, it stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, Husker P, we're tweeting back and forth. I believe Husker P if I get it wrong. And Husker P mentioned this last week. He goes, man, AD's interior line. I was like, well, maybe not. Yeah, they've had their it's not a knock against those guys. It's just the reality. There's no way to sugarcoat what took place in Happy Valley, man. That was a team that was, still 4 wins, 6 losses, now 5-6. But that was a team that's still loaded with a lot of 3 to 5 stars, and a lot of 5 stars, and a lot of 4 stars. And they were playing for Coach Smith. You can tell they were playing with a chip on their shoulder. They got Rutgers this week to get themselves bowl eligible. And, Sean and those guys, I don't know, the way that Penn State, if they play the way they did Saturday night, I mean, they're going to march to New York if it's the Pinstripe Bowl, which they end up going to. But they just played with a lot of conviction, man.
Yeah, they did. And I mean, it's one of those things, too. It's kind of interesting to dissect this game. Obviously, not play by play or possession by possession, because it's a game that just got way out of hand.
Yeah.
And so there's not, well, if this could have happened, I know people will go back and look at, that first drive. That's about the only if in this game in my mind. But it is just kind of interesting to dissect it from the outside, because obviously Penn State was a favorite coming into this game, despite a 4-win season on the year so far. They do have a lot of talent. So, and I thought that was evident. I thought it was evident who the more talented team was against Penn State. Yet at the same time, this isn't the first time this has happened, right? Same thing happened against Minnesota, where you were physically just dominated. And in that case, Nebraska arguably has more talent, or, would at least be on par there. So it's, I think there could be a portion of the fan base or maybe, somebody that come out and say, well, yeah, Penn State is just a more talented team that can happen here. And that can be true, but it's not an isolated incident. And so, in the common theme here in the blowout losses has been physicality. Nebraska's not close to near as physical of a team as they need to be in the Big Ten. And my biggest thing too is I think that they made the change, obviously with Dylan Raiola's injury, being part of it, but they decided somewhere along the way after leading the nation or being a top 12, top 5 team in passing and kind of throwing the ball around the yard to, okay, now we're going to be a physical run team. I don't think you could do that. I mean, you could try and it can work against some teams, but when you run against the Penn States, even the Iowas, traditionally Wisconsin, they've gone away from it. They're looking better now. Minnesota's though, teams that it's not just, hey, we're going to be physical this week. It's built into their program.
Right.
And so I just don't know if you look at this team, and it's been the same through just the season kind of outlines it, but it's been throughout the Matt Rule era. What's the identity? The identity is whatever they feel like is working well based on the past week. And that's just not going to consistently win too many games in the Big Ten, in my opinion.
Jake, I think you're spot on in that this team does not have an identity on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it's sometimes, obviously, people say, what are we talking about? EJ, Emmett Johnson's one of the leading rushers in the country. Yeah, that is true. But to your point, that is, if you were to ask people outside the state of Nebraska, if they watch, what is Nebraska? What is this team? What's their DNA offensively? You would get a myriad of answers because it's like, to your point, it's kind of a fly-by-night type of recipe, and against your top tier teams, with the exception of Minnesota, it doesn't work. And those teams that beat us, but with the exception of Minnesota, well, Minnesota has an identity too, I would guess I would say. That game was a one-off, but they still got just, physically dominating that game. But you take the Michigans, you take the USCs, you take the Penn State, those three in particular, they know who they are, and they're going to impose their will. It was no surprise what Penn State was going to do. They ran the ball 50 times the week before, only threw it 13. They said this game, you know what? We see some things. Heck, we're going to throw it and run it on you guys. And they did. Obviously Singleton out the backfield a few times. They caught guys hanging out in the flats quite a bit when we got caught cheating, looking in the backfield. I mean, there was just multiple breakdowns defensively this year. And so when Butler talked about the low-hanging fruit, well, it's not low-hanging fruit. This is a narrative. This is a behavior. There's plenty of receipts to show that it's not low-hanging fruit. This defense has been, in particular, the interior, has been gashed a lot this year, man. And I know they're young. I get that. I get that they're young. You got Elijah Judy, the only senior statesman out there. But at the same time, it is what it is. They physically got punished on Saturday night. And you look at the USC game, you let a guy run for 200. You look at, Michigan, again, those three premier teams as far as talent-wise goes, and where that gap deficiency is there, so it was apparent in those games. You had Justice Haynes, busted for over 100. Their backup busted one for like 50 or 60. He was close to the 100, the century mark in that game. These are things that we have seen throughout the season, and those are things that are going to have to get fixed in the offseason. At this point, we're talking, we got to get them fixed. We got one game left in the regular season, and then when you go in the bowl. Now, those bowl practices are going to be monumental for a team with this amount of youth. However, Jake, me and you both know there's going to be a lot of movement.
Yeah, there is. And that's what's also interesting about this whole kind of dilemma and the problem of Nebraska's front lines, is that you could see it coming from, going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they addressed it enough in the portal. Again, they got some guys, Matt Rule, said addressed it as a portal winners. They were portal winners. And I think that's true. You need to be careful not to completely overreact, but it is this one does kind of wake you up and rally you a little bit, right? Nebraska still has a chance to win 9 games. Nebraska still has a chance to beat Iowa and at least win 8 games in regular season. That'd be the first time in 10 years. So again, you don't want to be so reactive that you don't understand that they have made progress, and maybe, throughout the season, they've kind of been able to iron out some wins and get to where they are. That being said, the schedule is going to get significantly harder next year. And there are these themes that are popping up with Nebraska under Matt Rule, and part of it is beating bowl teams. Now, Northwestern, Cincinnati, those are good wins, but there needs to be more of them, right? And those are good wins, not great wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati for a while was making us all believe maybe they could run for the Big
Right.
12. I think they lost like 3 in a row now. So
Mhm.
they have the same record Nebraska does
Mhm.
at this point. So it's not the win that it once was. And so, and then the other thing is, again, I understand there's a talent maybe edge there for Penn State, but you can't keep losing to interim coaches. I mean, this happened in the year 1 against Harlan Burnett, and Michigan State really derailed that season. I mean, you're literally and good moment for Terry Smith and all that. I get it, but you should have quite a bit of an advantage against a staff like that, especially. I mean, I think they've got a total of 9 guys that were, a couple of them already courted over to Coach Franklin. A couple of them, just have already kind of left the program. It's just there's not enough there. I mean, I think they're going to get to the win mark, right? That's going to prove that this is a better season that they've had in several years. But that kind of loss, the Minnesota loss, you have a couple of those this season, just really changes how you view even a 7 or 8 win season if they get there.
Jake, when you brought up the interim, of course, Penn State had Coach Smith, interim coach. UCLA, who we ended up beating, but it was a closely contested match, a program that was just an absolute chaos. We slugged it out with them. Remember, Michigan did not have their head coach when they came here. Again, that's 3 programs to where you're dealing with their head coaches were not there. All right? We're not there to start. The coaches they started with were not there during the games that we played them. And it just shows you to where Nebraska is going to have to they got to make changes, man. They got to make some changes. You know what? And Big B goes, AD, how long is this story situation going to be discussed? It's been Nebraska's MO for far too many seasons now. Same coach speak as well. Opponents know how to defend us and make us one-dimensional. We're a jack of all trades, but master of none. And you know what, Big B? Until they make that change, brother, I don't have any hair to rip out left. I'm bald. You know what I'm saying? So I share your frustration, Big B, in that until the narrative changes, you're going to keep the fans, we as fans, obviously media, but also as fans, it's frustrating to see the way that you lose. And it's the same way that you lose all the time. This year, at least, it's been physicality and talent, and then there's a talent deficiency. Again, now I will say this on the pro side that, for those who defend it, will say this is his 3rd year. We're the expectations. I get that. But how does Minnesota happen? That's a game right there that still leaves a bad taste in your mouth. The Penn State, some fans may have expected it, even with their record coming in. You just look at the roster. We know there's more depth and talent on that roster. But you look at, the Michigan game, the deficiencies were there. The USC, the deficiencies were there. But both of those games, particularly the USC, was one that we could have got. We can go back and forth with if Rail is not hurt, et cetera. I think he definitely gives us a better chance in that situation. However, it doesn't change the fact that we are being manhandled on both sides of the ball, interior line. And that's just the reality. And maybe you disagree with me. And text line, let us know too. Like I said, this show, it's kind of a show rundown. Let you know, this is a short show today because we got state football. Nick and Jay Former will be tapping in at 10 o'clock to call high school football. That's today and tomorrow. So this show is just an hour long with me and Bach. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. But this is all going to be Nebraska football. I think we got some rule clips as well. We'll play from his post. It'll be a short clip. They got a plane to catch, man. No, so we'll tap into that as we talk some more Nebraska football here as well. But it being an hour show, we'll talk this game both today, most likely, and tomorrow as well. And then Wednesday, again, it's game day. It's 48 hours before kickoff on Friday. So we'll tap into Iowa more on Wednesday. But today and tomorrow for the hour segments, we'll tap into that and tune into the show on the air all day because, like I said, Nick and Foreman will both be calling high school sports, the state championship games there at Memorial Stadium. Jake, and the thing that I'm going to read here is right here, Waverly Gym. Most people predicted 8-4, which is still on the table. It's just the optics of that that are ugly along the way. And Waverly Gym, I couldn't agree with you more. I think losing is still losing, but to your point, Waverly Gym, the way that it was done, I almost seriously stopped watching the third quarter. Bach. It was just sickening to see them just gash you over and over and over again.
Well, and that was part of it. This was a game that was on a 3-letter network, a national TV game, right? So you figure a lot of eyeballs at least tuning in to see if it could be anything. And very quickly it turns sour, right? I mean, and you're right. I mean, I talked to some other people. They turned it on at halftime, or at least tuned out, kind of became background noise in the second half, and it was bad. I mean, I was watching with a buddy. If you remember at the time, Tennessee was killing Florida. He wanted to lay down a bet on who would win by more, Tennessee or Penn State. So
The bets are getting bad when you're doing that. Who's going to lose worse?
But it is. I mean, and I did the same thing with the Minnesota. You know, you get a get together, and you know, so we went to a friend's birthday, and it's just games like that. As you get into the third quarter, just like, maybe we shouldn't have got together tonight. Maybe we could have done something a little bit more productive. Because, you know, and my friend, I had him over, he was saying, I might leave if they score again, you know, coming out of halftime. And I think he did leave early, but in any case,
did he do the Irish goodbye?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to Rick? He starts posting from home. I thought he was here.
Hey, where'd he go? But that, I mean, that's what the problem, you know, part of the problem too. In Nebraska, again, you know, this was 1 week. It's not necessarily going to be the face of the program, but what it is now. And so, you know, Matt Rhule's somewhat right in that if they move on to Iowa, you beat Iowa, you can get to 8 wins. That certainly will change the way we talk about it. Penn State, I mean, there's still going to be that lack of physicality, big off-season emphasis on getting that going, especially on the front lines and through the portal. But the opposite of that is, and here's the problem, is going into Iowa, it's November. Nebraska's not winning in November. Part of that, again, is because of the physicality that's not overwhelmingly, you know, what it once was, right, in the program. And so this game against Penn State, we said it all week. Everybody said it all week. The more physical team's going to win. Same thing's going to happen against Iowa. All of a sudden, you know, I'm doubting Nebraska's going to win physicality battles.
Mm-hmm. And it was, like I said, and there's plenty of film to watch to solidify your point of them losing the physical battles. If a team just gets you on some plays here and there, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when they line up and almost tell you what they're going to do and still do it and do it all night, that's frustrating to watch. It's sickening to watch that. Sandman said, I'm afraid, good morning, brother. He goes, I'm afraid Iowa is going to run up and down the field on us. Another L coming. Eric, good morning, brother. He goes, AD, I did turn it off in the third quarter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Sam, man, the game against Iowa this week is I think even if you would have lost the game as Penn State, a loss is a loss. But if you would have showed just some more spirit, some more fight, and been more competitive, I mean, it still sucks, it still stings. But I think the sting wouldn't have been as bad if you showed that you were at least in the game. They were not in that game at all. Once they stopped us on that first drive, it was a wrap.
It would have been interesting too, because Nebraska's pass defense obviously has been good all year. This game, you know, give up 181, but to your point, there were a lot of wide open guys. They didn't need to pass the ball, but I would be interested to see if they would have done it. Now, again, you know, didn't need to, ran for 231 yards all game long. I think they had 2 possessions where they punted, but for the most part, they were either getting in the end zone or at least kicking a field goal. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to completely. Again, to your point, there's not much of a good sign. I know some people are saying, well, TJ Lateef didn't play too poorly. They didn't let him throw too much. When he did, you know, certain times he's kind of ear milling it. But I'm not blaming the loss on him. I'm just saying I've seen that and people say, well, don't blame it on, and I don't blame it on him, but it just, I suppose going into the game, people are thinking, okay, is he going to compete with Raiola? Mm-hmm. This was not a step in that direction, right? But to your point again, is if maybe the offense looked good, you know, and you lose, or the defense looks good and you lose, you know, and there's one side of the ball and there's, you know, a few plays here and there, you know, you can take that. The defense got ran all over, to your point, and the offense, again, this is 2 losses here, and you know, everybody's got to be kind of called out a little bit. Is Dana Holgorsen? This is 2 losses where they were physically beat, and you know, he's definitely an offensive wizard. We've seen it before, but 10 points. That's not going to get it done. 3 points against Minnesota. That's not going to get it done.
And Big Bird, I agree with you, man. I understand it was early in the game, but you put all that sweat equity into that first drive and come with 0. And call me old school, JB. Get points. Get points. Now the other side will say, well, if we would have got it, you'd have been fine. Well, we didn't. So that's irrelevant. You didn't get it. You know, get your points. if they have shown, if you look at Nebraska, if you look at this, and we'll go to break here in a sec, but if you look at their fourth down conversions, it's not good.
No,
it's not good. And you got a freshman quarterback, a true freshman quarterback. You're playing a team that's home on senior day, that is fighting with everything they got. They're playing for their coach. They're playing for each other. You can't go down there with all that work and leave with nothing. You know, it's like the analogy I used before, Bach, that it's like you plant all those seeds, you know, in the field, and then you go out there this time of year and harvest, but you get nothing out of it. And it was self-inflicted. And so that you put pesticide on over your crops like a month ago. I mean, we just have a habit of doing that. But I guess I'm just old school. You got to get points. Because when your offense, when you leave that field, when they left that field after that fourth down stop, it's like, are you freaking kidding me? We did all of that work and got nothing out of it. Then to add insult to injury, they drive the length of the field and score on you.
Yeah.
So not only did you get points, you gave them 7. They marched it right down your throat. You got it, because your body chemistry changes, your mentality changes. You're like, you know what? We didn't get 7, but we got 3. That changes the cycle a little bit. I'm not saying that changes the outcome of the game either, but at least you get something in there. Maybe it changes the way you look at it. It's like, you know what? We're capable of moving the ball on these guys. But then when you're that close, and the way that he got stopped was like 2 shots to the mouth and the dome.
Yeah.
It's just psychologically, it just does so much. It sets you so much far behind the 8 ball. So it was just tough to watch that in so many different ways, man, and just frustrating as all get out. Folks, when we come back, we're gonna listen to Coach Rhule's presser. Want to get your inputs. We're going to get to many text messages we can. Again, it's a shortened show. We're out of here about 9:55 and turn it over to our partners at Memorial Stadium, Jay Foreman and Nick, Big Swim. Actually, not Big Swim anymore. He's Little Swim.
Yeah, that's right.
Little Swim. He's just got big arms and big calves now. He's trimmed it down. We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to BeBigNow.org.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome back. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by Jack Russell Farm Bureau Financial Services. He's been a well-respected rep since 1999. You protect your home, your family, your vehicle, even your future. Give him a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Before we get to the sound bites from the presser real fast, unknown texture 0858, good morning. Says, how much do you think money plays into why we don't have good O linemen and D linemen? Is it a point where we just can't buy good enough players? Seems we're a couple of tiers below the top teams fighting to be middle of the road team. Big Bird says also Penn State's kicker and punter is 6'6", 296.
Where do they find those guys?
I don't know. But he doesn't have a hard time finding the buffet at 296 for sure. He needs to get some more cardio, but he does what he needs to do. I guess from the game we played, he ain't punting a whole lot because I think he punted, twice?
I think so.
Yeah, didn't punt much. Unknown texture 8726, take those O-lineman guys, put them at D-line. I tell you what, at this point, I'm up for anything as far as that goes, Bach. Let's see what Matt Rule's got to say on his presser.
Yeah, let's go to Matt Rule's presser here. Here's the opening statement.
Don't go to the bathroom.
Obviously, that was a tough night. Credit to them. They were ready to play. They were unbelievably motivated. They played really well. I thought, I challenged the guys at halftime. A bad run there of plays in the first half. Obviously, we just never played well enough on defense to stop the run. Second half, obviously we got to stop. Went down, scored. The punt fake. Credit to them. But just a disappointing day. We don't have a lot of time to worry about it, think about it. We got a big game on Friday. So, we take this L. I put it on me as the head coach. Credit to them, and we have to move forward fast.
Hey, Bach, is it just me or something like there was an airplane in the background? I was very...
I forgot to ask Sip. Maybe later. I don't know if DP's stopping over. I saw pictures. It's like a tent. I don't know why they were doing the press conference.
Was that pressure on the tarmac?
Just about.
Hey, Coach, you forgot. Dude, it was so loud. I was like, is he doing this presser from the airport?
I don't know what's going on there.
It just... Okay, I'll say this. And Bach and text line, I want to get your opinion. What are you going to say? We got punched repeatedly in the face. We got beat down both sides of the ball. What else do you want to know?
Yeah.
Because Bach, in the sense, I guess I appreciate the fact that, you know what? It is what it is. It's on the Iowa. Because going through it with the media you don't have time. You literally, once you touch down in Lincoln early Sunday morning, you got to start thinking Iowa. Because Nick, I'm so used to Nick. But Iowa and Ferentz and company, we were talking about it off the air, they love elements that's going to be in play on Friday. The weather, a little drizzle, a little rain, it's cold. They thrive in that stuff. They don't care what happened in Happy Valley. There is nothing I would not like more than to come in here and say, oh, they're already down? Put it in reverse and let's run them over again. And then we're going to wave at your sideline on the way out. That's what at this point, Bach, if I'm Rule, I'm telling my guys, we got a choice how we want to end this regular season.
It is interesting, though, as somebody points off the text line. The saddest part is that this was the 2 weeks of preparation for this. Maybe Rule should try and talk slower. Maybe the players can't take it all in all that speed. So, I think the most important part of that, again, is the 2 weeks of preparation. Now you have a short week, and he's, I don't say he's made excuses about the schedule before. Kirk Ferentz doesn't like the short week either, by the way. He said that for like 10 years. So it's not ideal, but, at the same time, you just got to come after that performance after 2 weeks. I don't want to hear anything about it.
You should have wanted to play it today.
Yeah.
And you know what, Bach? I'm just going to tell you, man, I get tired of hearing, regardless of what team it is or coach it is, complain about when you play. That's when you freaking play the game. Players and coaches are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of millions of dollars for a game. Get prepared and go play. I get sick of that narrative. Well, we're going to play on Thursday. We're going to play on Tuesday. Play the freaking game.
Yeah.
You're still getting paid. You got a job. Those are the types of things to where you make a mountain out of a molehill if you're not careful. Well, we only got so many days to prepare. And what's your point? It ain't like they told you this week.
Yeah.
You've known this for years. It's like when people say Christmas snuck up on me. It's the 25th every year.
Can't sneak up.
Yeah, it sneak up. Black Friday football. You knew you were playing this game years ago. So I don't like the narrative when people say, and I'm not just saying Nebraska, and not digging on anybody, but I hate when people say, yeah, we got a short week. Well, no, duh. No, you blank, Sherlock. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, we know that. So to me, it's like when you tell your players, you think about the guys in the NFL, they play games on Sunday. Detroit knows. Since you were a kid, if you get drafted by Detroit, you're playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They've done it for a billion years. Oh, I was going to spend time with my family. You will after the game. You're being paid for a job. So this whole thing about short weeks and stuff, listen, who cares? Play the schedule you got. And it didn't like it snuck up on you. All these things become mountains. Dial in on the game. How are we going to win this game? I don't care when you play it. Thursday, Friday, 1 o'clock kickoff, 8 o'clock tip-off, 9:30 kickoff. Just prepare to win the game. All these things are symptoms of the overall problem of why teams are not prepared. Nebraska can't worry about when the doggone game kickoff is and when you play. You play at 11, you play Iowa. It's been the same freaking thing for 15 years.
And to your point, I mean, a game's a game. I understand injuries and stuff like that, but you should, if you had to play Wednesday, you should be ready to beat them Wednesday. And that should give you even more time to get ready for a Friday game, right? And I was doing the same thing. Now, to a degree, I think, I can't remember if their last game was at home. This game against Michigan State was at home. Nebraska's got to travel late. That was part of the talk going into this game too. It's not that big of a difference, right? I mean, one way or the other, you got the same amount of days. the same amount of preparation that Iowa should really have. So that shouldn't be a big deal coming into this. But, I do agree with you to a degree as he started off saying that, like, what really is there to break down? I mean, he mentioned, I like how he did the positive, like, we did get a stop and score a touchdown in the second half. Like, yeah, I guess that's really cherry picking. He mentioned the fake punt, which I thought it was interesting too. Some people were offended or felt like Terry Smith, hey, you're not a friend if you're doing this. If Nebraska, if they would have kicked the ball back to Nebraska, I think it was 30-10 at that point, they could have made a little bit of a game. I thought it was a great call.
Dude, listen, if you think it was a cheat play, stop it. I had no problems with the fake field goal. I mean, the fake punt. He's coaching he's trying to coach and get himself a job.
Yeah.
If not there somewhere, to me, it showed moxie. It showed guts. It showed, you know what? I see something. They're not anticipating this. Do what you got to do, because that could most likely be his last game coaching there at Beaver Stadium as well. Because they play in Rutgers on their next game. I have no problems with them doing that. Anytime somebody says, well, he should have done it was cheap, well, stop it then. So I had no problems with that whatsoever. Look at these stats. Obviously, Penn State, they rolled up 412 total yards. We had 318. Halftime score was 23-3. Bog, at any time at halftime, were you figuring, did it even look like Nebraska had a snowball's chance in Hades to come back in that game?
They would have to have a complete turnaround from the first half, and that was, and that's another part of it too. Though is they threw the ball, but they threw it horizontally more than vertically, right? And maybe some of that is Penn State was what they're kind of taking away. Like I said, when TJ Lateef did throw a little bit downfield, it seemed to airmail him out a little bit, so it wasn't working all that well. But one way or the other, a majority of their offense came in the first quarter, especially that long run for Emmett Johnson. And that's another problem I think with this team is as the game went through, kind of progressed, right? At first, you don't know what they're going to do, right? You kind of scout them and try to see, and they've got a few plays that they're going to test out and feel like they've got. So Nebraska's offense this year has been pretty good with the scripted plays, I think. And then once you get past that, like at a certain point, like, oh, you're not going to throw the ball downfield? Well, then you're very easy to defend.
Okay, Bach, let me ask you something offensively. I'm still scratching my head. And to each their own. Why was Harbaugh being in there on those plays? Not Harbaugh.
Yeah, Harburg.
What was? It wasn't like you did something to show them. And I don't know if he was setting something up. I just didn't understand. And I didn't understand it.
I don't think that's worked all year. I mean, they've tried the last 2 years, to be honest with you. They've tried like trick plays and all that. And at some point, maybe you could get a trick, but especially like Harburg makes more sense subbing in for Dylan, right? Because then you got a guy that can run and move a little bit. Subbing in for TJ, kind of like the same guys, except for he's not playing quarterback currently. Right. So you might want to stick with a guy that's playing quarterback. So, it's a little bit of a wrinkle, less of a wrinkle, especially with TJ Lateef now as your starting quarterback. But it just has, I'm disappointed. That just has not worked. It should have been a gadget or a guy that they've talked about his athleticism, could do something with him each of the last couple of years. And to their credit, again, they've tried but their attempts have fallen very short. I mean, I just don't know if they're getting anything out of that.
If I was Penn State's defensive coordinator, and this is not a knock against the young man at all, but if I see him come as a quarterback, that's not bothering me whatsoever.
No.
If anything, I'm thinking I got an advantage because he doesn't have the legs that a TJ Lateef has. I'd be more concerned with TJ Lateef still behind the helm than I would with Harburg back there, simply because he just runs better. It's just not a knock. It's just a fact. So I didn't understand that whole window dressing of it, what that was trying to do. But like I said, there was a myriad of things. And I will say this on the bright side. TJ, in light of the circumstances, okay, he protected the ball, showed composure for a true freshman in a very hostile environment as far as that goes. That one hit he took was lethal. I mean, he turned around and duck number 99 was already in his grill. He was kind of like, good gosh, I am no longer playing in California high school football. He didn't unravel as the game got away either. There was a few passes I know he'd like to have back, but again, you bring that to his youth. I thought he did awfully well considering the circumstance. He was running for his life quite often. The physicality, of course, you had Danny Dutz at number 33 that was just causing havoc on the right side. The defense on the left was causing havoc. But consider all things considered, obviously it was a beatdown for everybody. When you win as a team, you lose the team. But if you want to look at some of the things that were some of the positives, because you have to look at everything, kind of the SWOT analysis like they have in businesses, what were the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? Well, some of the strengths of that game was TJ, I felt, held his composure very well in a game of that magnitude in that environment.
Well, especially on the scoring play, like you said, I mean, I think it was Dennis Sutton who was coming at him, who's just a monster. Yes. And he did a little juke move and was able to scramble out of there and get a touchdown. And so there is positives, I think, too. I don't know if it's good or bad because you could feel like there'd be an easier turnaround. But Nebraska in their losses this year, and just as a total, has not been a turnover-prone team, which, can really bury teams. So that's, again, good and bad. It'd feel like there's an easier fix. But at the same time, that lets you know that at least they're kind of getting something right. But again, if you're not taking chances, well, then you're not going to turn the ball over, right? Yeah. I mean, so part of it is if, a little bit when you're down so much, maybe you do have to take the chance that you might get a turnover here and there and let some. I just can't imagine that they didn't with an offense that's not getting anything else done and struggling to consistently put anything together. I don't know why you don't take more shots downfield. Not necessarily that you're even going to complete them, but even a pass interference possibly. Yeah. And honestly, that's the biggest thing is at least, keep them honest because Latif threw the ball 37 times. I don't know how many were more than 10 yards downfield.
There was very few. It was very few. I wouldn't even say more than 2 times. I can remember. No, for sure, no more than 3. And again, I was asking, the pregame, will they let him eat from the big boy menu, or are they going to put him on the kids menu as far as play call selection? And to me, with 2 games left at the time, what are you waiting on? At least regular season at 2 games. What are you waiting on? I mean, unleash you got the opportunity. Why not cut his teeth right now? There's nothing to hold on. There's nothing to wait for. You got 2 games left in regular season. That was the part I couldn't understand, especially a game to when you came back at half down by 20 points. You don't have time to be conservative, and especially with them, absolutely just punching us right in the face on the runs. Air it out. Do something to show some differences, some different looks, some different window dressing. I just didn't understand that, Bach. I didn't understand it, man.
That or use his legs a little bit more. There wasn't a whole lot of designed runs or questionable, with read options or whatever. You got Emmett back there. Mark Gronowski, Nico Iamaleava, both these guys ran for $150 on Penn State. They struggle with running quarterbacks, and Nebraska just didn't put too much of that on the plate here, And so, it's I just felt like they could have been a lot more creative offensively. And then that other stat that kind of creeps up is that Emmett Johnson, and it was used in a good light, right, for his Doak Walker and Heisman campaign, is he's the most of anybody in the nation as far as percentage go of the offense, right? He represents the most of that. Mm-hmm. That's not great.
No.
that means you're really relying on him. And he did what he could in this game, but he needs a little help.
He needs a lot of help, man. And you're not going to, this is the reality, folks. That's not going to be fixed against Iowa in your bowl game. The bowl game practices are definitely going to help, but I'd be sitting here looking foolish if I didn't say there wasn't a talent gap. And that's just the bottom line, man. You've got to get some guys. And I know they know that, but knowing something and doing are 2 different things. That is something that's got to be addressed in the offseason, is getting some big nasties on both sides of the ball. And obviously Nwaneri and Keona Davis, your Cam Lenhart, who you haven't heard a lot from this year, will have some growth and some depth, and they need these practices back. That's why the practices, in my opinion, are just as important as the outcome of the bowl game, because these kids need all the reps they can get, and they got to bring some kids in from the portal to address these things. And the reality is this: have you peeked at next year's schedule?
Oof. Yikes.
I am not thankful for that. Folks, we'll be right back with one more segment. It's The Drive. It's myself and my man, JB. We'll be right back.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Need an adventure? How about the bright lights of Vegas? The magic of Orlando? Or the sunshine of Orange County? Now you can reach them all with new flights from LNK on Breeze Airways. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the flight. Your vacation starts the moment you board at LNK. Book today at LincolnAirport.com. LNK. Make flying easy.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
The savings start early this Friday at Baumgar's one-day-only early bird sale. Stop in between 6 a.m. and noon to get your early bird card and enjoy 20% off regular priced items all day long. Plus, find special one-day early bird deals throughout the store. Some exclusions apply. See a store associate for details. Don't miss it. The Baumgar's one-day-only early bird sale. 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday, November 28th.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back, and we're almost gone. Fuck, it went fast, man. It went fast. Folks, we are back here for a very quick segment before we send you out to Memorial Stadium. Bach, who's playing in this first matchup? I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, Class D1 will be Crofton and Sandy Creek kicking off the action today.
I've been out to. You've been out to Crofton before, man?
I have not.
It's out there.
Mm.
So ways away. Good luck to Crofton and Sandy Creek in the state championship. I'm glad they have those at Memorial Stadium. Still, I think there was they were talking about not having it there for a while though.
I know Todd Mueller comes in. He's against it. He thinks that because of the size of the crowd, it really kind of drains out any sort of crowd advantage. He would like to be at a smaller venues, but there's an argument there. But for the kids too, it's cool to play at Memorial Stadium, obviously.
Yeah, and I can see TU's. I could see his point on that, making a more intimate setting, more of a a tight crowd, a lot of people. However, I get it from the experience too. That is going to be one of the only times those kids will ever play in Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. I totally get that. Folks, the 80 attitude adjustment very quickly is this. Choose one thing you're going to do this week. Choose one word that's going to help your week out better. Mine, I chose to be present. I'm going to be present this week and enjoy Thanksgiving, regardless of the outcome Friday. Choose your word because it chooses your attitude. Folks, thanks for riding with us. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned with Jay Foreman and Bach. No, not Bach. Swim from Memorial Stadium. Wrong guy, last name.